For the developer track, we're talking with Ines Sayed. They're a software developer at the Digital Worlds Institute at the University of Florida. They're presenting as part of the panel, Faster Iteration with AR. Excuse me. They're a part of the panel, Faster Iteration with, I'm going to get these words all mixed up. They're a part of the panel, Faster Iteration in AR with Unity. Ines, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, let's get started. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do in the metaverse and at the Digital Worlds Institute?
Yeah, of course, I'd love to. So, my name is Ines. I'm originally from Tunisia, a small country in North Africa, and I'm an XR developer. I'm currently working at the University of Florida at the Digital Worlds Institute, and we make all sort of AR and VR applications. But we mainly try to focus on the student population and how we can affect them best using VR and AR. I'm actually also working part-time at an XR company called Frolic, and the focus is on making VR applications that encourages the use of clean energy and a sustainable future. I guess in general, what I like to do in VR and AR is making applications that affect people and encourage them to do better.
Augmented reality experiences to enhance the student experience and then way beyond. How often would you say you're in the metaverse and what do you do when you're there?
I guess my answer might be a little bit surprising because I don't spend as much time as one would think in the metaverse. I do spend a lot of time developing for it, which takes most of my time already. So I just end up having a little bit of time, but when I do, I really like workout applications and like working out in VR. I use Oculus. So on my free time, I actually do kickboxing. So I recently found the boxing app in VR, and I've been using it a lot. And I really enjoy Beat Saber. That's my favorite game ever, and nothing beat it so far. So.
It is so easy to just come away with your heart pounding and many minutes having passed since you started when you get in a groove on Beat Saber. So, what's something that you're excited to share with your audience at Augmented World Expo this year at the expo?
Yeah, XR is such a powerful tool. Like you can really get so immersed in an experience. And I think that makes it a really good tool to influence people to do something. So even though I enjoy playing games in VR, I really want to send a message that VR and AR should be used to make applications for social good and then maybe public art displays and just apps to encourage people to join the causes that you care about.
I love that. Do you have an example of XR applications that you've been a part of that were focused on social good?
Yeah, of course. So the last application I worked on is called COVID Reflections, and it's a public art display that utilizes augmented reality. And the way it works is that we have a huge TV and we set it on the street, and then there's a phone attached to it. And when somebody passes in front of the phone, they can see a 3D model that's copying their movement. So if the user goes like this, the 3D model would do the same. And that 3D model had lungs that reflect the effects of COVID on your body. So every user will see what would happen to them if they get COVID. We had really good reactions to this art display, and we even had the people get the vaccine right away because we also had a vaccine truck right next to it. So people went through the experience and then they got the COVID vaccine right away. So it was really fun.
Wait. You're telling me that you've got an XR experience that personalizes something for them, actually encourage them to get vaccinated right there?
Yeah, we just did that recently.
What a win. That is so cool. I think you're probably one of a handful of people in the world who can mark that achievement. So good
Thank
job
you.
there. So, sort of on the converse, is there anything that you're hoping to learn about or experience yourself while you're at the expo?
Yeah, I'm so excited to see all the different ways people are using VR, what kind of things they're making, and I'm looking forward to getting surprised. I really want to see something new and mind blowing, something that I never imagined, hopefully. I really enjoy those sort of things. But also, I'm really hoping to meet more women in the XR field because it's something that I really care about. I was a computer science student, so a lot of my education, I was the only woman in the class. And I really want to see more women in XR, meet them, hear their stories, and see what they're doing, and hopefully get some great connections.
So, zooming along, we're in the speed round. Congratulations. Do you have a metaverse avatar? And if so, what does it look like?
Yeah, I sort of remember making one. And because I make a lot of avatars all the time, but I can tell you what it looks like because there's always one thing I'm looking for. Is I look for the big curly hair. That's so as long as there's curly hair, that's what my avatar would look like. And sometimes I get really disappointed when I don't find that. But yeah, if I have an avatar, it will definitely have big curly hair.
There's some part where you're really eager for representation, but you also kind of have a line for like what's good enough when it comes to personalization.
Yeah, that's true.
The next questions is really more of an opportunity to introduce us to someone or to give a shout out to somebody who has impacted your journey with extended reality and your understanding of the metaverse. Is there anybody that you'd like to introduce us to?
Can I introduce two people? First of all, Dr. Kang, which is a professor at my department. She's absolutely amazing. She was my professor when I was doing my master's degree. Now, I definitely did develop some VR apps in my undergraduate degree, but when I got to the master's degree, she was the one that actually pushed me to learn so much more about VR. In fact, I thought I knew so much about VR before meeting her. And then when I met her, I was like, wow, I don't know anything. Like, show me everything. So she showed me how to make VR applications, how to make them look better. She showed me how to write research papers, and she helped me publish two VR papers at an ACM conference in Japan. And we almost went there, but unfortunately the border closed and I couldn't go. So yeah, so Dr. Kang is absolutely amazing, and she's my favorite professor ever. And then the second person is the director of my department. His name is James Olivero. And I'm really thankful for his support throughout my entire learning experience. He he was always so encouraging. Every time I have an idea and I tell him about it, he tells me to go for it and encourages me to do it. So I'm really thankful for those two people.
Oh, fantastic. It's so important when you're working in these new explorations and building things for the first time to have those people who can both inspire you to dig deeper and encourage you to follow those wild ideas. It's been such a pleasure. Is there a way that people who wanted to connect with you more on these ideas, either at the Digital Worlds Institute, that they could connect with you to learn more?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. I'm actually very active on LinkedIn, and I've been trying to get even more active and share XR content and meet women in XR. So if anybody wants to connect with me on LinkedIn, that would be amazing. It's just my name and last name, Ines Said. And yeah, also another thing that I wanted to mention is I want to give a shout out to my team members who worked with me on COVID reflections, Austin Stanbury and Erica Delhagen. We work together all the time, and I couldn't finish this AR minute without mentioning them. So thank you so much. Have a good day.